All right, let's kick off some Modern, shall we? 5-color elementals. I almost didn't accept this deck, but like, this deck's actually put up a number of 5-0 finishes. It's not really interactive. It's just like playing a bunch of 2 and 3 mana elementals. So I guess we'll see. I have kind of low expectations going in, but you know, this wasn't like a one and done. It popped up once and then never again. Like, there's been players that have put up more than one 5-0 finish with it. So let's see. Oops, Bat. Thanks for the third of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, I think that's probably accurate, Bulletproof Pope. I think there's probably a lot of matchup variance in what this deck is trying to do, right? Like, if we hit a bunch of fair matchups, we'll probably be okay. If we hit a bunch of unfair matchups, we're probably going to have a real bad time. This seems great. Get to bottom and Ancient Ziggurat here. Turn 1 Aether Vial. What's not to love? Ancient Ziggurat here. Makes a mana of any color, but can only be spent to cast creature spells. Yeah, I mean, the Skelemental part is, like, reasonable, but, like, it's reasonable against a very specific thing, right? Alright, well, since I drew another Vial, I'm actually just going to go ahead and play that, rather than play Thunderkin into a potential, like, Spell Snare here. Just get these going ASAP. Hey, thanks for the 12 months, Lumbering Falls. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. Ever-flowing Chalice, but green land and white land. So, for the time being, I am increasing the cost of submitting Modern decks to $50 to slow down the flow. Nothing is permanent, obviously. We can roll that back at any time, but unless Modern has a fundamental change or Moto somehow magically greatly improves, like, it's just been a bit of a slog dealing with both Moto being medium and... Hey, thanks, Flow Future. I'm excited to play some more of that. Mythgard's been good. Yep. Green, white Monastery Mentor. Mox Opal's a jacked up card. I assume there's a PO in their deck. Thoughtcast, yep. Thanks for the 7 months, pretty sick. I appreciate it. Welcome back. We'll probably drop an Unsettled Mariner into play here. It could also be right to just wait, because I'd prefer to draw more cards off of these things. Like, maybe Risen Reef's just going to pop off and we can keep up with this Mentor, but, like, if they have, like, a PO next turn, it feels like we're going to be super dead. OP's vintage deck seems good. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically... Well, it can't... They can't be a vintage deck, right? Because if they were a vintage deck, it would be... This card's restricted there. I'd Hass, thank you for the new tier 1 sub. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hope you're having an excellent day wherever you are. Hey, Raver. Hope you're having an excellent Wednesday wherever you are. Thanks for the biddies. Well, I mean, our Risen Reef just drew 3 cards. We've, like, got that going for us, I suppose. A good morning in the Tennessee mountains. Is PO also? I don't think PO is restricted. They changed that. PO wasn't restricted last time I played Vintage, but I didn't think so. Yeah, I'm aware how Flamekin works. Oh. Yeah. That's completely reasonable and beatable. As I've been asking for the last couple days, if anybody understands how Windows works and has a suggestion as to why my Moto window keeps flicking in and out like this, I would love a suggestion on how to correct that, but I've tried every setting I could find and Google anything I could think to Google and have no idea how to stop it from happening. This is running on Windows 10. We just can't win. I'm gonna go ahead and we get to counter their bubble activation. Gotcha. Alright. I have a couple Collector Ouphes, and I have a couple of Damping Spheres, I guess. Spitebellows kill something. Shriekmaw kill something. I watched a very little bit of the Riot game last night. I don't know. Seems interesting. I assume it'll be able to. I assume it'll be able to stick since Riot has piles of money and their IP is super popular. Good morning, son. Ingot Chewer seems good. Yeah, I need a couple more cuts. I think Phantasmal Image needs to stay. Smokebraider makes mana of any color. I'm going to trim that. Voice probably doesn't do anything, right? How does one go about requesting a treat code for Mythgard? You do just that. Ooh. Where's the whisper button? The whisper button apparently. Send me a DM on Twitch or Discord. Me clicking the whisper button on your name didn't work. This hand doesn't do anything. Yeah, I guess. We're going to keep this in bottom of Fiery Isle, I suppose. This has a Shriekmaw to kill their first play, so that's nice. was watching your goalless matches from yesterday. I gotta say, I'm not excited for the rematches this weekend as it's possible. Yeah, I agree. Like I mentioned yesterday, I think if the person picking feature matches at the thing this weekend ends up putting mirrors on camera early, they're very, very dumb. Hopefully they are smart and pick their feature matches based on the matchups and not based on the players. What's your opinion on Gilded Goose seeing play over Birds of Paradise? I don't see why you can't play both. I also think Gilded Goose in general, especially as long as Burn is a top deck in the format, seems like it has a lot of potential. Because like if Burn kills your Gilded Goose, you like had a gain 3 still, so it like gains you 6 there, which seems neat. I think Oko is probably going to be very good in this format. I don't think that's strictly true, Pokemon Nerd. Like, there's a like these games don't just like pop up overnight. Like, there's a very good chance that like that Riot game has been like in production for a very long time. All right. Yeah, Oko is very good versus Burn. It'll be interesting to see. You need an invite for the league thing, and my time's pretty much dedicated at this point, so I don't really have time to break into another game. It'll be interesting to see how it goes, though. As someone who tends to track these things as they relate to my industry, one of the interesting things that happens is like when a new flavor of the month game pops up like this, it actually is usually good for my Magic content a lot of the time, because a lot of other people who normally spend time making Magic content like go and try out the flavor of the month game, whereas like I tend to continue making a ton of Magic content. So like people will continue looking for Magic content and they'll come here because I'll still be here. So on average, my experience is when one of these things pops up, it's a net positive for my content sticking to Magic. Yeah. I generally only try to get into things on stream if I'm really sure that I like them. The one time I broke that rule was Artifact, and we all know how that turned out. So like the Mythgard game that I've been playing that actually just partnered with them. I'm gonna be putting some of them in my regular schedule. I played a bunch of them off stream before I ever put it up on stream. I appreciate your professionalism and punctuality. Thanks for the 41 months, Juju. I was actually just talking about that. I've been like 5 minutes late the last 2 days. And I think I'm gonna push my scheduled start time back like 15 minutes in the mornings. Yeah, it's just been like a little bit of a rush. I think if I just give myself like 15 extra minutes, I'll have a good buffer. 8 a.m. was no problem. 7 a.m.'s been a little bit tough to get on for. So I think my schedule on my site's like 7 to 2. So they want to do like 7:15 to 2:15. It's going to affect your performance for you, exactly. Listen, I just don't want to disappoint my shareholders, okay? Alright, well, I guess this Collector Ouphe is going, or this Cavern of Souls is going on Ouphe here. Yeah, actually, I was just thinking that with Riot breaking into the card game market, it'll be interesting to see if Valve follows suit and makes a Dota card game. Could be big potential for a Dota card game to be popular. I forget my water bottle in the bathroom. I've just been a total mess in the mornings. Am I about to get pathed? I think I'm about to get pathed. Peak Modern. I had my hate card. They had their anti-hate card. What's in your Modern? Hey, HCSR. Thanks for the biddies. I'll get that added today after we're done. All right. I have a way to kill their monastery mentor this time around. The question is, how many free spells do they have to make tokens with it immediately? 0. 0 appears to be the answer. God bless. And I think I'm actually going to wait on the Smokebraider, because next turn I can go Risen Reef plus Smokebraider. Nope. That's a Windows feature. So I switched to streaming Moto from a Windows system, and some setting in Windows 10 or Magic Online makes it keep flicking the window in and out and showing the window behind it. I don't know if it's a Moto thing or if it's a Windows thing, but I spent like half an hour trying to figure it out the other day and just said screw it. So enjoy the flicking. Hey, look, it's that mid-range card I can't beat out of their combo deck. Because that's what the combo decks in Modern needed. They needed the ability to mid-range harder than everybody else. Hey, look, it's another Risen Reef. That's exciting. All about that value. How's my opponent's combo deck ever to keep up with the sick value? Hey, look, Collector Ouphe will make their artifacts not do anything, right? If I put Collector into play, the artifacts will stop working, right? Because that's what Stony Silence is supposed to do, chat. It's supposed to turn the artifacts off, right? There's no card that lets them get around my Collector turning their artifacts off. My hate card's gonna work, right, chat? Tell me my hate card's gonna work, chat. Tell me my hate card's gonna work! Lie to me! Sorry, I apologize. This is the part where they PO, and they draw 3 cards, and they make a bunch of Monastery Mentor tokens I can never beat. That was fun. It was fun. Good game. Might be a quick Modern set this morning. Yeah, decks like this posting... decks like this posting results really makes me appreciate, or not appreciate, or like wish, this is the correct phrasing, wish we could see what their matchups were, right? Decks posting results like this are a tribute to persistence. That's a great way to put it, Purgle. You don't get to see how many times a deck like this fails on its way to being successful, and you don't get to see You don't get to see what matchups it played when it was finally successful. Because there are a lot of decks like this, they post a few results, and we play them, and we play against, like, real modern decks, and, like, against every efficient, brutal modern deck, we're just like, oh, that matchup didn't feel good, it felt like we didn't have a chance. Urza didn't even cost too much in the face of Hagak. When Hagak was around, people playing the Urza deck full of bridges was something people were still doing. Alright, so I think I'm just passing. I don't really want to play Smokebraider, I don't think. I think I'm just going to Harbinger up a Risen Reef, and the next turn we'll play Risen Reef, put a 2-drop into play. Why wouldn't Wizards... Why wouldn't Wizards post the results of each deck in the 5-0 with its matchups? Because Wizards believes that more information makes their game worse. Because by hiding information, Wizards allows people to cling to decks like this that are likely not good. And, like, have some, well, maybe it's fine, right? Like, if you could show people objectively that their decks are bad and, like, not posting good results, they would be less inclined to play them. Should have attacked. Clicked through it. And honestly, they're probably right to a degree. Like, if we had more data, people would probably play less crappy modern decks. So, like, you know, if you look at it from that perspective... Alright, so what do I want to do here? My deck against a bad control deck is probably great. I'm not really sure how my opponent's deck, like, ever beats Risen Reef. Much less, like, double Risen Reef. So I think my plan here is... Let's start by moving to combat. I'm going to go ahead and play Flickerwisp here. They're bouncing my Aether Vial. Sure. So I want to put... That doesn't actually matter. Because Flickerwisp is like Charming Prince, doesn't bring the card back till end of turn. I think I'm just going to go ahead and pass here. Let me go grab another Risen Reef. I guess I could get the Mind Rot Elemental. You're supposed to get Mind Rot Elemental. Could see that. They're also like drawing a bunch of cards here though too. I mean, if you own Lantern Control, that means you own the expensive parts of like the Urza deck, right? Because you own Mox Opals. Oh, that's what's going on. I thought we had a chance because I thought maybe our opponent was playing a clunky slow fair deck, but turns out they're playing taking turns. So enjoy, I guess. No possible play yield all. Why is it... Oh, okay, sorry. I was like, why is it... I said no possible play yield all. I need to activate my Aether Vial. Alright, now... Why is it... Okay, so I can tap this for mana. And then it should auto-pass. Yeah, I have to tap the Lightning Vial, I think. As far as Mythgard stuff is concerned, starting next week, it's going to be... punished for trying to auto-pass. It doesn't really matter. Tentatively, my plans are to 2 afternoons a week starting next week. I'm planning to close with like 2.5 hours of Mythgard. I think is my plan. Wonder how many Mystic Sanctuaries they're playing. Probably a bunch. Yep. That puts their Time Warp back on top of their deck. I assume we're dead too. I'm gonna wait till they play a second mine. What's a good amount of money to feed the Mythgard machine to get a good feel for it? That's my favorite part about Mythgard. The correct amount of money to give Mythgard before you're sure if you like it is 0. Because they have feature decks in their game that you can play real constructed decks. You can play real constructed deck with putting no amount of money in. So my recommendation is install it and play some with the feature decks. And if you like them, then give them money and build your own decks. If you don't like them, you got to try it for free. But their game's really good. I think most Magic players, if they try it, are going to like it. Alright, so... Yeah. Ingot Chewer and Fulminator Mage kind of work. Damping Sphere doesn't really do anything in this matchup. Collector Ouphe doesn't really do anything. If you do try Mythgard and you like it, I've been given an enormous amount of treat codes to hand out to people. So if you are enjoying Mythgard and you haven't had a treat code, let me know, and I've got some things to give you some freebies. Yeah, I think you're right, Burgle. I should just have Voice in my deck. I don't know. I don't think it matters. Like, I don't have any disruption, and like attacking with Grizzly Bears and 3 mana 1/1s means I'm just dead to Rights in this matchup, but... Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that, Burgle. This is probably okay too, right? This is kind of like Time Walk. Yeah, a lot of companies. One of the things that the people that make Mythgard really seem to understand is that like they stand to make more money by letting people sample their game, and like that's something Wizards doesn't really do too often. Like they did do the play any card event thing, so like that was good in Arena, but like prior to that they had never done anything like that before, and things like that I think are an excellent way to get people into the game for the first time. Although the way Mythgard does it, I think, is better than the play any card event, because Mythgard just gives you specific decks that they know are reasonable. So you're not like leaving it up to new players to try and figure out what they're supposed to be doing with every card in the game. I'm waiting to play out my 2s because adding more pressure sooner doesn't really do anything. And if I wait a turn to play out my 2s, my Risen Reef lets them draw cards. Maybe with Howling Mines coming down, that I should just put a thing into play. Yeah, I'm probably just supposed to put Grizzly Mariner into play with double Howling Mine out. Hey, that's the Skelemental. All right. So you're saying there's a chance. Ooh. Okay. So we're cooking with guess. So you're saying there's a chance, chat. That's all I really need is a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, one of the basics in this deck being a Plains is an interesting choice. Alright, so next turn we get to triple Mind Rot them, which sounds great. Assuming we don't get exhaustion. We could get exhaustion here and then effectively not get a turn, because that's how our opponent's deck works. That's rude. How did I find out about Mythgard? They sent out early access to a bunch of people who make Magic content a long time ago. And they sent out a reminder email when they went into open beta. I didn't really look at it when they sent out early access because there weren't a ton of features in it. But I was glad I looked into it more when they hit open beta. Whoop. Oh, the image isn't... Crap. Crap, I played the wrong land. Image isn't an elemental. That's awkward. Oh, I don't think I want to... I think I'm just gonna hit them once because I want a Phantasmal Image this next turn. So when you're trying to cast the spell, it's an illusion population 0. So you are right that it's the creature types it copies when it's in play, but in terms of putting it on the stack and being the right creature type for these, it's not an elemental. For as far as my understanding goes, Dows, that game is not open to the public. least we're gonna empty their hand here. At least we're gonna empty their hand here. They put Pyroclasm back on top of their deck though, right? Churro Master, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Aren't they dead? Yes. Yes, they are. We could have killed them last turn if I'd have played the right land. We have a lot more than 14 damage this turn. We have 21 damage this turn. We could have done even more than that. Come on, Moto. Can you put my triggers on the stack? I don't... It won't let me click. Oh, this software is real bad. Did you spell the incantation correctly, asking the real questions? Yeah. Ooh. Yep. What am I getting rid of here? Is it Fulminator? I feel like it's Fulminator. Nah, it can't be, right? It's Ingot Chewer or Fulminator. I think it's Fulminator. You want to keep the Fulminator? I don't know. Like, taking them off Howling Mine if they play it on 2 is, like, really important. Yeah, the Once Upon a Cat deck, the last standard deck we're going to play today, looks really good. It's basically Black-Red Aristocrat splashing Once Upon a Time, because that card's jacked up. Hey, remember that time we had basic planes in our deck? I should have played Unclaimed Territory. It's actually a pretty big mistake. I should have played Unclaimed Territory on one, because... No, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because I'm not going to be able to draw a land, because I'm getting a... Huh? Because they have Pyroclasm in their deck. And I feel like dealing 1 damage is worse than guaranteed getting... Well, my opponent's drawing 6 extra cards next turn. So I can't possibly see how that goes poorly for me. Am I supposed to just get Fulminator Mage? Yeah, I think you're right, Burgle. They're going to draw so many cards next turn, I'm just going to Stone Rain them. I should have kept that. Fulminator. Fulminator's like guaranteed to do something. And the Ingot Chewer was not. Talking about updating a deck I submitted in the queue. You just updated at the link that you sent in. And the night before, I grabbed the latest version. If you submitted a link on a website that you don't have an account that you can update it, you should send me an email from the email that you sent in the donation from, saying, hey, I want to make updates to this deck. Here's the new link that I'm going to be updating it at. Sure. All right. I mean, I was supposed to just keep holding the Thunderkin Awakener. I don't know. There's no guarantee that we draw the Skelemental, so like... Like, making them discard 2 feels okay, but like they're about to draw 4. They notably don't have a Howling Mine effect in play just yet, so... Yep. Is it correct to hold back Thunderkin to play around exhaustion again? Yeah, probably. If that's the case, it's probably correct to just not put it into play. Oh, do they have nothing? How does taking turns win? It doesn't matter. It eventually just doesn't give you another turn. Do I want to blink my Flamekin Harbinger before I draw? Does that get me anything useful? If I didn't have this stupid basic planes in play, if this was a land that cast Lightning Skelemental, I could kill them. But it doesn't do that. Do I just Fulminator Mage them? I think I just Fulminator Mage them. Oh. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, this is not Restoration Angel. It's early. It's early and these cards are bad. I mean, our opponent did nothing last turn, so after we take 2 cards away from them, hopefully they continue to do nothing, I guess. Wait, they had a Savor the Moment and they didn't play it? Oh! they cast Ancestral Visions last turn, so they couldn't do anything because this was their second spell. That makes sense. Okay, I understand now. I wonder if they missed that too, because I definitely missed that. I was like, it felt like they were like waiting to like do something. And we're dead. Feels dead, man. Yeah, they paused for a long moment on their main phase, like, why can't I do anything? Alright, well. If I said this deck wasn't performing at expectations, I'd be lying to you. This is one of the other reasons I'm going to be doing a little bit less Modern moving forward, is like a lot of the decks people want to pay to see. Like, playing bad decks in Modern is just, it's been a rough beat lately. It's hard to get into it. The format's just like so super linear. And the linear decks are just so good. Even the bad linear decks are like better than us. Yeah, like the Elves League yesterday, like, I can't remember the last time I 4-1'd a league and had as little fun as I had yesterday. Like, that's really the part where I like take a step back and go, man, is this really what I want to be doing? Because it's like, if I'm 4-1'ing and still like, none of these decisions were very interesting, it's like, eh. Because, like, losing and being salty is one thing, but, like, yesterday we won most of our matches, and, like, my takeaway felt like I didn't really have player agency in these games. I agree, Boshek. The Blue Phoenix deck in Standard right now is a lot of fun. Has a lot of the great highs and lows that Magic can offer. Ooh, Valakut. Our third linear matchup in a row. Are you excited, chat? I'm excited. For people that are new to Modern, the opponent's deck is a scapeship / Primeval Titan deck that plays not only Field of the Dead from Standard, but also plays the incredibly powerful Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle, so its lands just kill you directly by dealing 3 damage to you, as opposed to waiting for zombies to attack you. Their deck, generally speaking, very consistently kills by the 4th turn of the game, and almost guaranteed has you dead by the 5th turn of the game with anything resembling a reasonable draw. Unsettled Mariners, an all-star here. It's okay. Next match is drawn. If we lose this match, there might not be a next one. Maybe I'm supposed to hold on to the other Flamekin. Karn the Great Creator. Yep, another excellent prison piece to the format. The Mariner buys us 1 turn. I'm holding on to the Voice so I can trigger Risen Reef. I probably should have gotten Mariner first. The problem is, their deck, like, has infinite mana. So, like, it stops scapeship from killing us most of the time. But it's not going to do a whole lot in the face of... Yeah, I mean, like, when your opponent's doing slow, fair, bad things, like, our deck can be fine. So, like, when my opponent's deck is bad, our bad deck is okay, is basically, like, the TLDR of decks like this. But, like, when your opponent's doing, like, the things that are actually good in Modern instead of playing their favorite pet deck, like Mardu Shadow, like... Well, the new Urza deck with Jeskai Ascendancy can combo kill you through a Chalice on 0. So I would say your 4 Chalice on 0 deck is probably not gonna matter a whole lot. Would be my estimation. Oh, through the breach. That's exciting. Alright, we're dead. That's fun. It's a good time. Did you enjoy yourselves, chat? I have 3 Fulminator Mages. He's saying that Emery should play Chalices of its own. I don't know about that. I don't think it really needs it. Can I have the first hand back, please? Please? Can I please have the first one back? Please. Please. Alright. Alright. Oh ho. We're halfway there. Oh ho. Living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll mind rot them to death, I swear. Do 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 do. So Smokebraider here lets us cast this Lightning Skelemental in spite of this Waterlogged Grove. And then on turn 4, we can Thunderkin Awakener and get the Lightning Skelemental back again. And the opponent's deck is a critical mass deck. It like needs lands and spells. So hopefully we can run them out of resources here. Hey, Outros, thank you for the 11 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great Wednesday wherever you're at in the world. Alright, cast Lightning. Lightning resolves. Yep, we are down a game against Valakut. They're notably playing through the Breach in their build, just a little bit different than some of the configurations other people have played in the past. We had them dead on 5 here. Skelemental into Thunderkin Awakener Skelemental. Like we're taking 2 more cards away from them next turn. There's Steve. You know what Steve isn't great against? Trample. Steve is not stellar against the tramples. We cast Skelemental using Smokebraider here. A lot of these elementals from lore are just like all red things that are on fire. The artwork is definitely not that unique between them. Like which flaming thing are you? Maybe I'm supposed to get a second Skelemental there, so that way they're dead through Lightning Bolt. That's probably the answer. Closed my door as my 4-year-old sings Power Rangers Megaforce. Yeah, I definitely should have gotten another Skelemental here. What did our opponent get? Seems like their hand was pretty bad. It's like, cast a ramp spell. It's a copyright strike, right? Go Power Rangers. Do 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 beep 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 beep. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Can we add Declan singing Power Rangers to the eventual Hoagland Sings album track listing? Take your copy straight, Hoagland, and shut up. Strike them down. Savit's streaming Legends of Runeterra has 1,200 more viewers than the entire Magic category does right now. Thiz streaming Legends of Runeterra currently has 3 times the viewers of the entire Magic category right now. Hashtag top 10 esport. Hashtags. Runeterra is League of Legends announced that they're releasing a mobile game. Mobile desktop digital card game. So there are a variety of content producers streaming that in their closed alpha or beta or whatever they're calling it. I have a Fulminator Mage, chat. I drew my sideboard card. We can't possibly lose. Hey, congrats, Patreon. I'll be organized. You'll know where to find it. Look, it's Steve. Hi, Steve. This will be interesting to see with a new game like that coming out. It'll be interesting to see how many of the people who started doing Magic Arena content when it was hot over the last year, like it was new and shiny, move on to that, and how many are here for the long term. Because when a new game, a new flavor of the month in a genre like this pops up, it really lets you see who's just jumping around to ships to whatever the new thing is, and who's here for the magic. Is the whole auto chest thing dead already? Yeah, I think so, Bulletproof Pope. The thing that seems interesting to me is when auto chess popped up, both Valve and Riot made auto chess clones. So since Riot's making a card game now, I wonder if Valve is going to try and make a Dota card game. That could maybe be interesting. They tried something like that. And this is why Fulminator Mage is so medium against these Valakut decks, because destroying a land against the deck that's 42 pieces of mana is not super useful. Is an artifact made by Valve? Artifact the card type? Artifact's a card type in Magic. Artifacts. I'm so behind on world stuff. Was Dota not a thing created on Blizzard stuff? So, Dota as a genre was originally a Warcraft 3 mod that then Valve bought and created a Dota 2 as a standalone client. And League of Legends was a standalone MOBA client. Like most successful Valve products, it was successful because they bought something that was good and just made good software around it. Whereas, trying to make their own thing seems pretty medium in their experience. What exactly is auto chess? It's its own genre of thing. They're tactical-based strategy games, basically. They can become a little bit redundant and repetitive after a little while, though. And playing them optimally involves a large amount of memorization, which was the part that really turned me off. Oh, the Riot card game has a built-in Twitch overlay instead of them depending on third-party developers to make their overlay work. Weird how that's a good idea. That's another thing I really like about the Mythgard game that we've been playing a bunch of. Did I play a land this turn? Yeah, I did. So let's put this into play tapped. The Mythgard game has the Twitch extension built right into the client, which is super slick. Get Unsettled Mariner here. So their Valakut triggers have to pay mana to hit us. Maybe I'm supposed to get Fulminator and take them off this Valakut. That could be the answer. So I think I'm supposed to just Skelemental them here. They have 2 cards in their hand. Yeah, I should have gotten Fulminator Mage, I think. Next turn I can go Risen Reef into Thunderkin Awakener. Nah, they want all that money for themselves. Are they dead? Does that elemental kill them now? They're pretty close to dead now, right? Because am I 1 point short? I believe I'm 1 point short, right? And I think actually if I can't kill them this turn, I think I'd actually rather double Mariner here. So that way we're not dead to Scapeshift. This way, if they want to Scapeshift us, they have to pay 2 for every trigger, which they can't. Oh! Oh, I didn't count this. Yeah, they were dead. So this is 6 plus 1 plus 4. I was thinking, I was counting 6 and 4 in my head, but this is attacking 2. You're right. That's fine. They're still dead. Alright, the combo deck flooded and died. And, we're gonna get on the scoreboard, it looks like. Don't call it a comeback, chat. The road to 3-2 starts here. Fun times at Hoaglandia High. Something like that. Something like that. We've taken a game in every match that we've played so far, so we're 4-5 in games. Slow and steady. Played 3 ladder games last night against my better judgment. Went 0-3 and fell 600 spots. Yep. What's it called? True Dawn commented on my tweet last night that he went from top 50 to sub 700 in 4 matches. Really hope they reconsider how the ladder works at some point. The old Waterlogged Grove Basic Plains Lightning Skelemental opener here. An opening hand that only a mother could love. Well, the ladder's not too bad if you're just like trying to get to Mythic. The ladder doesn't get bad until you're directly competing with other people. So when you're just like trying to climb rungs, it's not a big deal because there's just a goal you have to pass. But when you're directly competing with other people, the margins become razor thin. It's incredibly high variance and relatively low skill. You're basically just sitting there flipping coins trying to like hit the best streak before you hit a bad streak. Historic does need to be supported to a degree on Arena. Like, not having even a casual best of 3 queue for Historic is a pretty big damper on support for it. Like, you literally can't play random best of 3 Historic matches against players on Arena right now. You can only play best of 3 Historic via direct challenge. Yeah, that's a good system, Gun 3. Get to plat so you get your card styles every season, and then just like farm currency in the constructed events is for sure a super reasonable plan. Oh, I guess I could have gone Mariner plus Harbinger here. Would have been better against the Spell Snare. I mean, the long and short of it is Wizard of the Coast would much rather you play Standard, right? Like, Standard creates repeat customers. Thanks for the 5 months, Brian. Welcome back. That being said, if Modern's any indication, Historic is like pretty destined to succeed. Like, Modern is magnitudes more popular than Standard. And it's not particularly close. At the SCG Open this past weekend, the Modern Classic and Standard Classics that took place on the same day, that have the same entry fee and price support, the Modern Classic had almost 100 more players in it. If they support Historic, people will still want to buy packs for new cards. Not to the same degree that they will want to buy packs for Standard, though. Emrakul? Yay! Modern! Yay! I'm done. This deck's not very interesting, and Modern and Voto kind of blow. Yeah, I don't know. Dying to combo decks and just like hoping like decks like this, in order for them to beat combo decks, have to have happened what happened in our third match, which is that my opponent's deck just doesn't do anything and doesn't draw anything. So, like, my options are literally sit there and hoping I'm goldfishing because my opponent's deck doesn't work, or getting goldfish because my deck is slow and medium and has no interaction. And, like, even when we're winning, like, that's not very fun or interesting in my opinion. This deck's slow and clunky and doesn't interact meaningfully and is playing incredibly individually weak cards. The only thing kind of strong about this deck is Lightning Skelemental, and even that's kind of slow and clunky by modern standards. Is there any way to fix I wouldn't change Modern. There's plenty of people. I just got done talking about how Modern's super popular in paper. I think there's a lot of people that like Modern for how it is. And if you're not someone that enjoys playing fairly linear formats where decks like Urza and Valakut and Tron are some of the better decks in the format, you should play Standard, or you should try Historic, or you should play a different game. Like, not every format of Magic has to appeal to every person. Just because I'm not really liking Modern right now doesn't mean you can't like Modern and other people can't like Modern. Like, different strokes for different folks. Let people like things. There's a lot of people that they like trotting people, they like Valakuting people, but I am a hipster intellectual who likes to play games to solve problems, and like those decks are very linear, and like the decision trees are very, very shallow and uninteresting for me, and I don't derive joy from playing them, and I really don't derive joy from playing against them. Legacy is unfortunately DOA thanks to the reserve list. It's just a format that's never going to go anywhere and is incredibly inaccessible to most normal human beings. All right, what are we doing? We're going to run a quick ad break. When we get back, we're